A Buffalo teenager is 1 in 5 million. She's had an extremely rare medical condition, and she's battled it twice now.
Fox 9 first reported her story 16 years ago when she was a toddler. Our Corin Hoggard followed up with her today. He's joining us live from Children's Hospital tonight. Corin, this disease can literally knock you down.
Yes, Simone and Karen, that is one of the symptoms and probably the scariest one, but there are also eye twitches and arm twitches. It's a neurological disorder known as opsoclonus myoclonus. That's usually abbreviated to OMS. It mainly affects children, but it's extremely rare. You said 1 in 5 million. And so when Avery Russek got it and was getting treatment back in 2009, we covered it.
You know, I'd set her down and she'd stumble backwards, or when she'd try to, just even run down the little kitchen, she'd just kind of crash and burn.
At first, doctors thought a brain tumor.
It was terrifying.
Absolutely terrifying, but they did get that treated, and it basically all the symptoms disappeared by the time she was 3, thanks to some very strong autoimmune treatments.
Okay, Corin, but it didn't go away forever. So what happened here? What's the latest on her situation?
Yeah, she was essentially symptom-free for 13 years, but last year the twitches started coming back. I should say OMS is usually triggered by a virus or a tumor, and they definitely checked for tumors 16 years ago, but they could not detect one. This time, though, they found a tumor, and that is pretty scary, but it was actually kind of a relief too.
Yeah, I can't even explain how scared I was, but how the emotions were unlike anything, because it was like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. And then wait, we know.
Doctors removed that entire tumor, and they actually miraculously, according to the family, managed to avoid the organs it was kind of wrapped around, and so that's the end of the tumor. At least they believe so.
Yeah, so it sounds like they have some sort of comfortability knowing at least that part, Corin. So is that maybe the end of the fear, or what happens now?
Yeah, you could tell the fear is kind of dissipating from the family, but Avery is still being treated for OMS, and I should say also that requires a lot of blood donations. It is hundreds of people's blood donations. They take the antibodies from that, and that becomes one treatment of IVIG for Avery, so it's extremely expensive. She very much encourages blood donations. We'll hear that, and we'll hear a lot more from her coming up in our 6 p.m. newscast.
Yeah, wow, just a long journey for
really
her.
long.
Thank you so much, Corin.
All right, thank you, Corin.